I'm Sumit. I am Livaeco GlobalSpa Fit Fab, and my fitness mantra is to make sure you run behind your wife as she blazes new trails. Actually, just stay healthy, eat right, and exercise regularly.
Hi, I'm CICILY Thomas. I am Livaeco GlobalSpa Fit Fab. My fitness mantra is consistency and discipline. Get up every day and get it done.
So, hello everyone. Today we have with us the power couple, the gorgeous CICILY Thomas and Sumit. They are both big achievers, and I don't know how they manage to remain so fit despite being in such hectic job. Especially CICILY. She is the head of operations at Burger King. My God, imagine remaining fit with so many burgers around you. So her early days were with Reliance Brands, and she also held positions at the ING Group. Superb. That's really fantastic. Then we have Sumit Yadav, her husband, her better half, the guy who said he runs behind her all the time. He's the CEO of Hamleys, and he's had in the past led global brands including Diesel, Superdry, Kenneth Cole, and Quicksilver. Now that is really something amazing. So tell me, both of you, CICILY, we'll start with you. How do you manage to remain so fit? I mean, it's an amazing thing to remain so fit with so many burgers around you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. It was very lovely, Parineeta. Very good question. I, in fact, get asked about it all the time, and they call me the wrong ambassador for Burger King because of, being so petite. I think it's just a lifestyle. So I don't look at fitness. I don't follow fad diets. I just look at it as a lifestyle. As you said, my job is very hectic, but exercise is so important to me. It's a habit. So whether I have an early morning flight, it doesn't matter. I have to work out every day. So it's like brushing my teeth. If I don't work out, my day doesn't start. So my husband thinks I'm crazy because if I have a 6 a.m. flight, I'm up at 2 a.m. I work out and then head out to the airport. I've actually managed to spread this kind of love in my office. So a lot of my colleagues now wake up, work out, and then take a flight. So
wow, that's amazing. So obviously, Sumit, you are motivated by her. So what do you do for your fitness?
Pretty much the same. I actually focus a lot on food. So I try and make sure I eat, only 2 meals a day. I fast for at least 16 hours every day. I've been doing that for 3 years now. And somehow find time to make sure that you work out, either run or hit the gym every day of the week. So it's a lifestyle choice. It's something that becomes a habit. So we never leave the house if we're traveling without a pair of running shoes in our travel case. And every time you go to a hotel, they're staring at you. So you better run. You carried them around. So it's become a lifestyle choice. It's become a habit.
Nice. That's amazing. So you both have had, professional journeys over a lot of brands. Tell us something about that. Sumit, tell me something about your journey to Hamleys.
So, Parineeta, actually, Hamleys happened by chance. I've been in fashion for a while, and I've had the fortunate experience to have worked with very different brands and see how people imbibe those brand cultures. You mentioned Quicksilver, for example.
Right.
The first time I was in Quicksilver office, they have a beautiful office in France by the sea. And at about 2:33, suddenly everybody got up and said, "We're leaving, and we have to stop the meeting." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because the tide is high. We all need to go surf." So everybody in that office was a surfer. It was their lifestyle. Okay? And that's told me something, saying if you, in a sense, have to do well, if you have to get the brand right, you have to live that brand. So in a sense, very very, it was a great experience of how you embody, the brand in itself. So yeah, it's so we've learned, in a sense, I've learned a lot interacting with global teams, trying to see how they live their life. And in Hamleys, you have to be a child inside, and have fun with kids, have fun with toys. I love that, and hence it's a easy transition.
What a good job to be in. That's amazing. So CICILY, tell us about your journey.
So very different from Sumit's. I've actually started with insurance and banking, very boring. And from there, I joined actually Reliance Brands, where I met my very lucky husband. And I was in the fashion industry. And he's making faces, but that's okay. And I worked there for about 6 years. I worked in the training department, but however, because a very small startup per se, we were just 3 brands. I got to kind of diversify, learn a lot from everybody, and I actually handled Hamleys for a bit when we took it over from Reliance Retail, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the whole process. And then Burger King came into India, so through a common friend, I joined. It's been 8 years. I'm actually one of the first employees of Burger King. And in my current role, to head operations, it's a very busy role. It's a full-time, mentally, physically challenging role. We have about close to 300 stores across India. You're traveling, working non-stop hours. For me, I realized that being fit gives me that energy, and I'm raring to go. So it's become a path that I cannot afford to miss out, because if I'm not fit, I don't think I'll be able to do what I do. And sorry to say that in a male-dominated world, it takes a lot to run this kind of a role, being a woman. So I think I owe it to my job to be fit.
That's really, really nice. I mean, and it's so motivating for all the other women around. So I believe, CICILY, that you empower a lot of women in your organization itself to be fit. Tell us something about that.
So you're absolutely right. We actually have at our store level crew, we call them queens at Burger King. We have a program where we actually ensure that they're fit, they're able to run both their personal and professional life. We also give them a lot of guidance and help to grow. And when they see you as a leader, right, they all want to be you. And then they realize that fitness is such a big part of it. So it's amazing. You don't realize you touch so many lives. Honestly, I don't. But when you go back, everybody says, I started running because of you. I started intermittent fasting. I've lost weight. I feel better, and because I feel better, I work better. My mental ability to think is better. I perform better at work. So even at my office and at the store level, it's great to bring that culture, that personal and professional is important. And being fit is so important to balance both. And so many women have grown, because they're able to give time for themselves. And I believe that everybody makes excuses, but when you're there and you show and lead from the front, so many of them line up behind you. So I think I don't realize it, but while I travel around, then I realize that you touch so many lives. So it keeps me going. And yeah.
That's amazing. So tell me something, what are your diet secrets? I mean, what do you do where your nutritional life is concerned?
So like Sumit said, both of us do intermittent fasting. Because I feel that, that has gotten us more energy, contrary to popular belief. So both of us anywhere between 16 to 18 hours. Also nutrition, we really take care of our protein intake. So both of us, we kind of structure meals. Me more, Sumit is just getting there. Funnily enough, Parineeta, I know this is strange. I travel a lot. I actually carry my food. I take that discipline because I don't want to eat, rubbish on the road when I travel. They all call me a little crazy, but I actually carry my 7 days food with me. I carry nuts so that I can snack. Yes, I do. I carry a low carb roti alternative because I'm low on carbs, I ensure. And I choose what food I eat wisely. So, I don't eat any processed food. I will eat a fruit if I have a choice between chips and that. So every time there's a food set in front of me, I make the right choice. I want to make sure that what goes into my system is more nutritious rather than just packing in the calorie. And I think Sumit does the same.
How many times a week do you have a burger?
Never. So I actually eat
That's a lie. Several times a week. I have a burger several times a week, except what she does is instead of a bun, she does the lettuce leaf and the patty.
So only without a bun.
Yeah.
So what do you think has been your biggest accomplishment so far?
Mine? I just think being able to be where I am today, I honestly never envisioned. Anytime anybody asked me, I started off from sales, was in training. When everybody asked me, what is it that you want to do? All I knew is I wanted to run a company one day. That's still my goal. And I feel I'm closer to it today. I'm running operations. I run sales. I had a good force. So I think that's my biggest achievement, that I was able to, my boss gave me the opportunity and I was able to do that. So for me, that's my biggest achievement. Yes.
How nice. And Sumit, what is your biggest achievement so far?
Mine is actually, walking into a mall, and by the time you're out, you have hugged 100 people because you worked with them in the past, decade or so, and they remain your friends. That's what I love. More than anything else, it's about the people connections I've made in my career life, and the fact that you meet them anywhere in the world, you get the warmest hug. I think for me, that's my achievement.
How nice, Nana. How nice. So, how did you manage during the lockdown? I mean, any learnings from the lockdown?
So, Cicely can correct me, but one of the things we early on decided is, rather than say, "Oh my God, lockdown," we said, "Oh wow, lockdown." And in a sense, we created a regime and we followed that regime irrespective. So we would
Were you
have
were you in London, or were you in India?
No, we were both together in Mumbai. We were lucky to be together in Mumbai.
That's good. That's
And
good. Yeah.
and we would follow a schedule which was working out at whatever point in time. We actually made sure that we did our calls in such a structured way that at some point in time there was a break, whether it was lunch or there was in early evening, and so on and so forth. So we actually, I think the lockdown, while it was tough overall, but we looked at it very positively, and then we structured our life around it. We have a lovely dog, Maximus. We spent a lot of time with him. I got to spend time with our daughter, and so on and so forth. So it was, in a sense, it was a blessing, but we got out of it stronger, I think, both mentally, physically, even work-wise. So
I think I would agree with him. I think physically and mentally, while everybody else, we had a tougher regime we put on ourselves. We were up at 5 every day on a lockdown. We would work out together. We would then spend time together because we never get that. We were lucky to finally be under the same roof for such a long time. And like he said, we would start our work at 9 a.m., calls, etc. But we enjoyed it. Time passed and we were able to spend time with Maximus. We would take him for a walk. So we both would get that time along with him. So actually, I think we were very physically active during lockdown. And I started baking also, which I didn't know I could, but yes, it was one of those lockdown hobbies.
Oh, nice. That's nice. So tell me, are you both travel junkies? Do you love to travel? And if you do, where is it that you always love to go?
We both are travel junkies. We love traveling. I think Cicely loves the beach, and I love going to her parental house in Kerala, which is where my mother-in-law stays. So I love going there. I just, at the drop of anything, I'd much rather spend my time there. Cicely, I think, loves the beach.
But to his point, we love traveling. And one thing we want to do, which he's not said, is we want to run in as many cities in the world as possible.
Yeah.
So we carry the shoes, and that's our thing. We want to check a box on every city. We managed to cover quite a few. So when we plan to travel, it's like, where do we run next?
Yeah. We've now run Santorini, we've run Athens, we've run London, Paris, New York, Dubai,
Bali,
Bangkok, Bali, Maldives.
Many cities. Yeah.
So we've run lots of cities.
We ran Maldives around the island. Yeah, we actually did that.
Yes. In fact, I have a lovely image of the map which shows me running up and down in the island. So 600 meters the island, but we ran 5 kilometers there.
We ran up and down.
So how do you both usually unwind? I mean, if you have some free time, what would you do? How would you unwind and relax?
I am very unhealthy that way on an unwind and relax. I love my cigar and a whiskey, and that's my unwind. I think, Cicely, yours would be working out.
A glass of wine, both of us, cigar, just sit and chat, catch up on life. I think that's what we do. And it could just be anywhere, on our balcony or, a sunset, anywhere. We're okay.
How nice. How nice. What's on your bucket list for the next travel?
I really want to do the Northern Lights, as cliche as it sounds. I don't know what's on my husband's.
Northern Lights and Alaska.
It should be the same.
Northern Lights and Alaska.
Alaska. I think we haven't been there. So yeah, that's on our list.
He said in the beginning, his fitness mantra is running behind you. So if you say Northern Lights, he better say Northern Lights. He has no choice.
Yeah.
He has no choice.
He put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, correct.
He's learned well.
So, you've taught him
Trained well. That's what they call it. Trained well, not learned well.
So tell me, what is one piece of advice that you got from somebody in your life that you've never let go
of? For me, it's value relationships, value people, and something that's ingrained, from my father and everyone else is saying just be true to any relationship, whether it's work, life, and then it pays back. So that's ingrained in my balance.
Super. Cicily, what about you?
For me, I think it's just, my dad used to always tell me, focus, and, nothing is impossible. You can achieve whatever you want as long as you believe in it. And I think that's I've never forgotten. He's no longer with us. But then I think he's taught us the value of just, focusing and going after something with full belief. And I think I take it after him. I think that for me is close to my heart.
I think one of the things she often says, whether it sounds cliched, but it is, if you want it hard enough, the world manifests.
Manifest to give it to you, yeah. I keep telling him that. I just want something so bad and you'll have it.
Yeah, and I believe in manifestation. So that's great. So, the theme of our awards this year is conscious, sustainable, fabulous. Now, of course, these days, sustainable fashion is becoming a very big thing. And brands like Livaeco are actually leading that change. What are your views on sustainable fashion? Sumit, I'm going to come to you for this first because you've been in fashion a lot.
So actually, globally, the move is very clear. In every small thing we do, whether it's fashion, even in toys, for example, there's more and more movement towards saying, how do we give back to Earth whatever we are taking? Whether it's, washing denims, how you wash them, how you recycle that water, and so on and so forth. So it's, I was just passing by yesterday and I saw a double-decker, actually a truck. And McDonald's, Burger King had a image there which says, we recycle all of our oil that we use into biofuel for our truck. So everybody, in a sense, is making that move. It's the right thing to do. Okay, not just because it's very fashionable to say, but it's also because it's that you've taken enough, and then we need to give back, and then set the thing right. So hopefully, also what's happening is the younger generation, the Gen Z and so on, are more conscious about it. They're very conscious about the footprint they leave. I met someone yesterday and they mentioned their company actually checks what are their carbon footprint in terms of number of flights they take, and then whether they should go by train or they should go by air. And so it's not just, at a base level, it's going very deep, and it's good. It's the right way to go.
Right. Cicily, what do you have to say about sustainable fashion?
So just from a sustainable fashion point of view, I love fashion. I'm a brand junkie, but I've become very conscious, to be very honest. So today, when I have a choice of buying leather versus vegan leather, I'm very conscious about it. I do look at brands. I'm aware of brands that, do that just in terms of from a sustainability point that. Also, all the clothes that are recycled from different products like ocean plastic. So if, that happens, then I would rather choose that. We have close friends who work closely in this. So we're all aware of it. Even just from recycling clothes, why not, rent instead of buying? So very conscious decisions, which earlier I wouldn't have ever done. So that's from a fashion perspective. And just from a Burger King perspective, even we are being very conscious. We don't use plastic in any of our stores. We're actually zero plastic, zero one-time plastic. So we use just paper. So everyone's going towards that. You're absolutely right, whether it's fashion, whether it's QSR, because we all know that we have to give back. We have to be conscious about what we do. So like Sumit said, the oil is recycled for other purposes. One-time plastic is zero. So even in my own personal, when we're at home, we're also trying to do that back. We're very conscious of what we can do. How can you recycle from clothes to using, clothes that are made out of recycled So yes, very conscious. And I think that's where it's going. The younger generation is very, very conscious of it. And I think that will become one of the main reasons for purchasing tomorrow. And I think it's very needed.
Yeah, we definitely think that, and we really want to promote that concept because that's what is important now. So now let's come to something that we all, I think, enjoy, and I hope you do too. Do you love going to spas?
Of course, that's my vice, if you call it.
I like that. All right. So which is your favorite spa destination?
Okay, so to be honest, right now in India, I can't think of any. We used to go to it's a wrong thing maybe to say, but the Four Seasons was our favorite, where we used to go to the spa very often. But COVID, of course, has ruined all of that for us. But whenever we are on a holiday abroad, we will definitely get a spa treatment because that's our biggest way of just, treating ourselves, and preferably every day. So even choose sometimes holiday destinations for spas. So Bali, favorite.
Okay.
So yeah, both of us, we love our massages. Yes.
Yeah. You two are a spa junkie, right?
I'm a complete spa junkie. I love being in a spa. To be honest, it's possibly the best me time you can get when the phone's off. The world's away, and you just getting pampered. Love spas.
True, that's fabulous. So my last question, I would like you both to give a piece of advice to youngsters who are just starting off in their career. What would you advise them to be achievers like you?
I would say the recipe is very simple. If you're just starting out, hard work is not overrated. In fact, it's underrated. I would always say just work hard, go behind what you believe in, and you will achieve it. And always stay healthy, stay positive, and go after your dreams because nothing is impossible.
Fantastic. Sumit, what do you have to say?
First one is belief. Okay. A lot of people when they start their careers and do stuff, you lack self-belief because you're starting out new. So my first thing is always believe that you can do it. That's an issue, and you'll discover whether you can't. Two, with the world becoming the way it is, which is there's so much digital, there's so much, how do I say, less human interface. There's nothing in life that can replace relationships. Okay? Second one, as I always say, cultivate a good relationship will stand you the test of time and will actually help you as you build your career. And finally, third one, hard work. There is no shortcut. Put in the hours, they all finally pay.
Great. So, guys, it's really been great meeting you both. And Sumit, great to meet you again. And I can't wait to meet you all on the 2nd. And I'm so excited to meet you both now on the 2nd.
We're as excited, Parineeta. Talking to you. Thank you so much.